medial side of the leg here.
Medial side of the leg.
So on the medial side of the leg, there are really only two muscles that you can see without doing any dissection. The sartorius here, the gastrocnemius here. Or excuse me, the gracilis here. Okay, so sartorius is here and the gracilis is here on this side. So to see muscles underneath, you have to bisect this sartorius and peel it back. Okay, now underneath that, the next muscle you see is going to be this muscle that has a long tendon attached to it that we're just going to rip. Okay. That muscle with the long tendon attached to it, that's the tensor fasciae lata. Okay, now you can see it here from the medial side. You can also see it when you turn it over from the lateral side. When you look at it from the lateral side, it will look more like a triangle. Okay, like this. This whole thing is the tensor fasciae lata. Okay. Now, deep to those two, right here, you'll be able to see your quadriceps. Okay. So this lateral one right here is the vastus lateralis. Okay. This medial one right here is the vastus medialis. The one in the middle is the rectus femoris. Now, there's a muscle that's deep to the rectus femoris. You guys are going to have to bisect the vastus lateralis to be able to see. That is the vastus intermedius. Okay? So those are the quadriceps, the four muscles of the quadriceps, okay, underneath the sartorius and tensor fasciae lata. Now this muscle here that we're peeling back on the lower part of the medial side of the leg, this is the gracilis. Okay, you peel that back. Okay, and then there are muscles underneath that you need to be able to see. Okay, so we got this sort of small triangle right here. That's the adductor longus. Okay, then you've got a bigger triangle right here. Sometimes wants to split in two. That's the adductor femoris. That's the cat version of the adductor magnus. Okay. Next to that one right here, this is the medial side of the hamstrings. This is the semimembranosus. The semitendinosus is this thinner muscle that will be sort of superficial to the semimembranosus. Okay, that's the semitendinosus. Okay. Now, when we go to the lateral side of the leg here, again, we'll start from the top and work our way down. This needs to be cleaned up more for you to be able to see things well. But this is going to be the gluteal region of the cat here. So this muscle here is the gluteus medius right here. Okay. This muscle on top of it right here, okay, that's the gluteus maximus. Notice that it's smaller again in the cat than it was in the human. Next to the gluteus maximus, you have this sort of longer, thinner muscle that will go further into the middle of the leg. This is the caudofemoralis. There's no human version of that muscle. Okay, and then finally we've got the huge lateral hamstring muscle, which is the biceps femoris. Okay, the biceps femoris. Now, to see the lower leg muscles, you peel that biceps femoris a little bit, like this, and you can clearly see the calf muscle. That's the gastrocnemius. Okay. Now, deep to the gastrocnemius, you're going to have this muscle right here. Okay, deep to the gastrocnemius, you have this muscle right here, which is the soleus. Okay. Next to the soleus, you have this muscle here on the lateral side of the leg. That is the fibularis. Technically, there's a longus and brevis, but you don't have to know that, just fibularis. Okay. Then the next muscle, you have to be careful on your leg. It's kind of deceiving. Okay, next to the fibularis, there's going to be a small muscle there that you don't have to know. And then there's sort of a big muscle that is on top of that one. Yours is kind of deceiving because it has connective tissue on it. Okay, but this is the tibialis anterior. There we go. That's the whole tibialis anterior. Okay, actually. There we go. That's the tibialis anterior, that whole thing. And you should use the bone here as a landmark. Okay, next to the tibialis anterior, there's not going to be another muscle that you have to know. There's just going to be a bone here, which is the tibia, of course. Okay, so use that tibia as well when you're looking at something. Okay, might see the pin in it like this and be like, oh, okay, the bone's next to it has to be the tibialis anterior. Okay. All right, any questions?